What's your favorite food item at Carl Jr.'s?
Who's Carl?
You ain't never heard of Carl Jr.?
No, I don't know. I've never heard that. I don't know nothing about Carl Jr.'s.
Alright, so first, thank you for allowing me to interview you.
Oh, no problem at all.
Appreciate that.
The pleasure's all mine. No problem at all.
Alright, so just state your name real quick for everybody.
My name is Johnesha White.
So, one of the reasons I wanted to interview you is that you have a personality that stands out no matter what room you're in.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
The question I have for you is that I wanted to know whether or not you've always had this personality or is it something that you grew into?
I think I always had this personality. I'm a very high energy person, like very high energy. But I think me working at the Cincinnati Job Corps and working with young adults, and also I come from this program. Like I used to be a student here, so I'm always excited to get them moving, get them learning, and to help them grow. So I think that's a part of my excitement a lot of the time. But yeah, I always been like chippery, uppery. I mean, not uppery, but you know what I mean. But I always been chippery. Like my first job, somebody used to come in and tip me all the time and used to be like, "You just so chippery, you just so happy all the time." So yeah, I've always had like super bright spirit.
Okay. So, I know you said with your personality, it's somebody that comes in and tips you all the time. Obviously, they're drawn in by your personality.
Absolutely.
Tell me a little bit about the other end of the spectrum where people are maybe be put off by your personality or feel offended.
Yeah, sometimes like my personality isn't for everybody, and I don't take offense to that. I'm over the top. I'm loud. I like to have fun. I'm always honest. Always trying to push people to their best them. However, that's not for everybody. Like the loudness, the over the topness. Sometimes it gets on people's nerves. I don't take it personal. Because don't nobody have the audacity to really be honest and say it to me. But if they did, I won't take it personal. My personality is not for everybody. Just as if somebody quiet and laid back and super, that wouldn't be for me. So I'm accepting of that. So it's not for everybody, and I'm okay with that.
So, let me ask you, would you consider yourself confident?
Very, very much so.
I think
Very
your
much so.
personality says so. So, what advice could you give to maybe young women or just young people in general to work on their, let's say that there's someone who's shy, but there's something that they want to work on, being more outspoken, being more comfortable in their skin.
So the advice I would give to that young lady or that young man, I would have them look in the mirror, give themselves compliments every day, say positive affirmations until they feel comfortable to go out there and do it when you talking to other people, because you got to feel it inside first. Because you can think it all day, every day, but when you start to feel it like, hey, I'm that girl, I'm that boy, or whatever you identify as, you got to feel it inside first. So my piece of advice to you is to look in the mirror, say confident things to yourself. I'm beautiful. These are the things that I want to have. So when you do those type of things, when you pour into yourself, everything else will come after that. So, yeah.
You're great at giving advice.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
I know just in our conversations at work, you mentioned that you had a passion for motivational speaking. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yes. I've had a passion for speaking for a while now, and it's crazy because I've been working with Job Corps for the last 6 years. And I used to talk to my students a lot. I used to hold a lot of dorm meetings. And it's like, Miss White, I think you should be a motivational speaker. I think you should be a motivational speaker. So I started to look at myself, and I started to do little videos and things of that sort, because half the stuff I don't even know is about to come out my mouth until it come up out my mouth. So I think my kids is what my students is what made me want to start and really look into it. And then I also have a life story. Like, you know, everybody been through something in life. And I feel like I can use the different things that I've been through in life in order to create positivity and motivate the youth and pour into the youth the most that I can. Yeah.
So, I know you said you mentioned your students. But prior to before your students, was there any inclination that you knew that you wanted to get into motivational speaking?
No, like I always enjoyed listening to motivational speaking. Like, you know, some people like Eric Thomas. I love Eric Thomas. Definitely one of my biggest motivators in general. So I think me listening to other people and then me hearing myself talk and give people advice and be there for other people and uplift people, and then on top of what my students give me the advice like, hey, Miss White, I really think you ain't never did this before, Miss White. You sound like you in the army, or Miss White, you sound like you should be a motivational speaker. So, yeah, that's some of my motivation behind it.
And then too, just let me ask this. So I'm still trying to picture how you developed into who you are now.
I'm a Pisces. That's gonna be hard. I'm a Pisces. That's gonna be really, really hard.
So I know you told me some stories about when you were in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, your personality stands out in whatever room you're in.
Oh, thank you so much.
And I know that in a lot of schools, especially public schools, that can get you in trouble.
So, yeah, definitely.
Can you tell us about a time where you just being yourself was causing you to have issues at school, or I guess any place, any place of work or school, anything. Sports teams.
Let me see. Well, in school, we can go back to school. Me being myself, how has it got me in trouble? I feel like when I was young, I used to be more blunt. Like, I have an over-the-top personality now, and I am blunt, but I'm older, so I know what to and what to not say. So, in high school,
You just want to know that?
Huh?
You just want to know that?
This Miss White. Hello. Okay, that's nobody. That's nobody. But I feel like my mouth has got me in trouble in school. I feel like I got into it with a couple of my teachers. My English teacher, she liked me a lot because I had double A English. Very smart young lady, but I would talk all day, every day. So sometimes my mouth could get me in trouble. I used to be the kid, hey, you come sit by me. You sit right next to me, or hey, you come sit in the front. So I've always talked a lot. I've always been a social butterfly. Believe it or not, I didn't went into my little cocoon a little bit. But generally speaking, I've always been a social butterfly. I worked at the day and Job Corps as well, as you know. And I feel like there, it helped me be a social butterfly too. Just getting to know the students, getting to know the staff. I'm sorry if I'm not answering your question, but yeah.
No, you pretty much answered the question. Okay. So you just always been you.
Yeah, I've always been like that. I don't know. I've always been bubbly, happy. But I honestly think, too, because, at home, out of my siblings, I'm the middle child. You know, middle child get the least amount of attention. So, with that being said, I have twin siblings, very, very close. And I have a little sister up under me. She's only 16 right now. So, with that being said, I had to venture off into the world and find my own friends and, create my own way of my own happiness. So I think that's some of what pushed me there too, because I wasn't as close to my siblings. But yeah, I found a lot of good friendships, great friendships actually. Thank you much.
I know one of the first questions you asked me when I met you, taking me around on the tour.
What's your sign?
What's your sign? Right. I guess tell me, why do you ask people that?
Because I'm a personality person. And with that being said, my personality does not mix with everybody's personality. I'm a Pisces. Sometimes I don't get along with Capricorns. They be lying. Leos be lying. Libras be lying. So I always ask people they sign. No, seriously, I always ask people they sign just to see on what level would I connect with that person with. Because if you're Aquarius or a Virgo, then we click, we tight, we good. But if you a Leo or a Lion Capricorn, we ain't gonna click. So I always gotta know to see whether we gonna click or not. Even though I have a high energy personality, I'm very observant and laid back too, because I need to know whether we gonna click or not. Because I don't click with everybody.
And I will say this, she's one of the first people, when I told her I was a Gemini, she didn't give me no slander.
I like Geminis.
She liked them.
I like Geminis. They good with me. Okay, yes, Geminis are good people. Just don't cross them. Don't cross them, but they great people.
So let me ask you too this. Let's say you have a student come in, and it's one of those signs that you just don't get along with. And I've seen it a couple of times. We'll be doing a tour. You come in, you like, what's the sign? They say something. You like,
Capricorn. I'm like, ooh. I asked them the month because I think December is better than January. So if they say January, I'm like, ooh, why you like that? And I say, it's okay, I love you anyway because I got a job to do. You know, I can't take my personal feelings out on my students, but generally speaking, on a personal level, I'm like that when it comes to astrology. But when I get new students, I can't take that to a personal level because Miss White loves everybody. Miss White loves all the students. They my babies.
So we pretty much at that time point or time frame. We're gonna go to the speed round where I just ask you a couple of quick questions real quick.
Okay.
But when things get tough, what keeps you going?
God, my dogs, my dad, yeah. But mainly God. Mainly God. I mainly rely on myself. I try to call on those people only if I really, 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 really need them. Like my dad, because I'm a dog and I've been very independent for a long time. Time get tough, 1-800-GOD. I'm calling on God.
Alright, next question. I guess a place you want to visit this year.
Jamaica.
Jamaica.
I really would love to go to Jamaica for my 30th birthday. So yeah, that's where I really want to go.
So if anybody sees this, we want to make that birthday wish come true.
Okay.
Reach out to us. Alright, name some of your favorite music artists.
Oh, I got you. Jermaine Lamar Cole. He's the best rapper alive, okay?
You're the only person I ever heard say the whole name like that. You know the middle name.
Yeah, I do.
Nobody be knowing the middle name.
Jermaine Lamar Cole is my favorite rapper. Drake is one of my favorite rappers. Polo G, love him. He a Capricorn, unfortunately, but he's still my peoples. I love Polo G. Moneybagg Yo, my favorite hood rapper. Love Moneybagg Yo. I love Yo Gotti too, even though he don't make music like you. So I love Yo Gotti too. My favorite singer, number 1, Jhené Aiko. Love her. Oh, Brent Faiyaz. I don't know what y'all count him as. I don't know if y'all count him as a rapper or R&B, but I love his music as well. Very dope artist. Huh?
I think he in his own lane.
I think so too. He's a Virgo. I love him. Good people.
Alright, and then last question. Best advice you can give to anybody.
Best advice I can give to anybody? To anybody?
I got written down.
Let me think. If you can make it through the night, it's a brighter day. Tupac Shakur.
You heard it here first. So, you got any socials you want to drop for people to reach you?
Y'all can reach me on, y'all can follow me on TikTok, _Pisces Queen.
Alright, and this is 20 minutes or less.
Okay.
We'll see y'all next week.
Okay, see y'all next week. Peace and love.